Important movements in India. So, as we all know, there are so many different movements have been carried out for different social issues. So, here we will take a few information about the past movements that played a very important role in the society and that also brought change in the society and makes the people life much better. So first movement which we have, the tribal movement, the movement that has started by the tribal people for their rights. As we know, during the time of Britishers, in at many tribal areas, the tribal people are not even allowed to enter into the forest. Basically, the tribal people are much dependent upon the forest for their resources or for the livelihood. So in this way, this kind of movements done in the past. So on, if you see the picture, on the picture we have a person named Birsa Munda. He was a tribal leader from the Bihar. He played a very important role in a tribal movement. In the pre-independence period, the British government deprived tribal people of their right to livelihood on the forest resources. Deprived means they are not allowed to enter into the villages. They are not given their rights. There was a tribal uprising in different parts of our nation, like Kolam from Chota Nagpur, Gond from Odisha, Koli, Bila, and Ramoshis from Maharashtra, Santhal and Munda from Bihar. The tribal struggle has continued since those years. Tribals in India face several problems. As we all know, they don't have much development, they don't have much resources. The people living in tribal areas face a very miserable life. Many times, due to the improper rainfall, there is a problem of the food, or they face the drought situation. So, they need to get a support from the people or the government. On the basis of that, there are so many movements happened. Even today also, at many places the tribal movement happens. The main demand of the tribal movement is to accept their right over forest. What is the major problem is that they are denied right over forest. Denied means they are not allowed to enter in the forest. They are strictly, their entry has been restricted. They should be allowed to collect products of forest and also should have a right to cultivate on forest land. So their main demand was that they should get entry in the forest and they should use the forest product uh, for their livelihood, and also they are allowed to do farming on the forest land. Next is the farmers movement in India. As we had seen, the situation of farmer in our country is very much pathetic. The farmers not getting as much they are uh, working, or they are liable to get that, because they are the hard workers. But if you talk about the earning or the economy or the facilities for the forest, sorry, farmers, it's quite less in our country. So there are so many movements happened for the farmers in the past. As we all know, during the time of Gandhiji also too many satyagrahas has been carried out for the welfare of the farmers. Even at that time, the Britishers forced them to cultivate the crops. Even they are not getting the proper amount for their crops, and many times government take the land revenue unjustly from them. So there are so many issues happen with the farmers. Even today the farmer face so many problems. Farmers movement in India is an important movement. During the time of British period, farmers started getting organized due to anti-agricultural policies of the British colonial government. What is anti-agriculture? When with the word anti use means the against. You must be aware of the farmers movement in Badoli, Champaran, and movements against the revenue collection. Yes, we have all learned in the 8th standard. The farmers' movement were inspired by the thoughts of Mahatma Phule, Justice Ranade, and Mahatma Gandhi. So these were the important leaders who had worked extensively in the farmers' movement. Due to some reforms, what are reforms? Changes. Due to some reforms in agriculture, like tenancy law. Tenancy law, we know a tenant. Who are the tenant? The owners gave their land to the person and they are getting money from that. They are called as a tenant. So the tenancy law, laws relating to the tilting of land, etc. Tilting means basically the land has been measured and it was given accordingly. So these are the different kinds of laws or reforms has been made. Due to some reforms in agriculture, the farmers' movement slowed down. After the Green Revolution, as we all know, the Green Revolution has been introduced to increase the productivity of agriculture. After the Green Revolution, the farmers' movement became more active and effective. Through Green Revolution aimed at increasing agricultural production and achieving self-sufficiency. The aim behind the Green Revolution was to increase the agricultural product and to make the farmers self-sufficient in food grains. It did not benefit the poor farmer, but it did not much benefit the poor farmer. There has been a gap between the rich farmers and the poor farmers. The farmers are now divided into rich farmers and poor farmers. Dissatisfaction among the poor farmers led to the beginning of farmers movement, and certain dissatisfaction resulted into the farmers movement. What are the basic requirement or the basic demands of the farmer related to this movement? The most important demand was the agriculture price. The price of the crop should be fixed and they should get in a proper manner. Appropriate price for agriculture products, agriculture to be treated as an industry, implementation of the recommendation of the Swaminathan Commission. So as we all know, the important points that has been recommended by the Swaminathan Commission, that needs to be introduced in the farming. Depth relief, we know the meaning of depth. When any farmer took any kind of loan or any kind of money, so they need to be supported, because at certain times during a flood or during a drought, their crops get failed, so they need a proper support for that. So there should be a depth relief or depth cancellation. National policy for agriculture are some of the demands of the farmers movement. So these are the few important demands of the farmers. शेतकरी संगठना, Bharatiya Kisan Union, All India Kisan Sabha are some of the important farmers organization in India. So these are the few important organization in India that works for the welfare of the farmers. Now trade unions. Basically the trade union work for the welfare of the workers, or the workers work in the different fields or the industries. So trade union is a kind of organization that look upon the problems or the issues of the workers. The trade union in India emerged. Emerged means started in the background of the industrialization. Textile industry, railway companies were established in India in the latter half of the 19th century. As we all know, different industries like textile industry, maybe the railway industry has been introduced in the country extensively in the latter half of the 19th century. So to raise the voice for the betterment of the workers, their demands, the union has been created. In 1899, railway workers went on strike for their demands. However, the first organization for resolving the issues of worker was established in 1920. Okay, so the first organization that resolved the issues of the worker was introduced in 1920. This organization is known as the All India Trade Union Congress, and the name of the organization was All India Trade Union Congress. In the post-independence period, trade unions started working more effectively, and after the independence, we can see the trade unions in every field or in every industry, and they are working more effectively for the demands or the welfare of the workers. In 1960s and 1970s, trade union movement organized several agitations. We know the meaning of agitations, to show their angerness or to show the movement against any particular issue. But from 1980s, trade union movement started getting disintegrated. Disintegrated means divided. Division happened. Globalization has affected the trade union movement to a great extent, and due to the globalization, it impacted a lot to the trade union movement. In India, workers are facing different problems. If you talk about the problems of the worker in our country, the basic problem is that worker not getting proper salary. The against that work, the hard work they do, they are not getting paid for that. Even they do the owners won't took proper care of the health or the security issues of the worker. In India, workers are facing different problems. Unstable employment conditions. Unstable means not a proper stability. We had seen the workers are not getting any kind of security related to the job. they can anytime they be removed from the job. Contract labors, yes, contract labors are a very serious issue in our country, where the contractors earning lot and giving less to the workers. Financial insecurity, workers doesn't have any kind of financial security, right? If they are earning today, it may happen that in tomorrow they won't have any job or any earning. Absence of legal protection for workers, like other countries, in our country we don't have any kind of legal securities for the worker or any kind of legal protection for the workers. Unlimited working hours, yes, in our country workers face a serious issue for the working hours. They are not paid extra for the extra hours, even they had been forced to work extra or work more